Hello, whoever just joined me. Welcome. I'm just outside watching the storm. In fact, I'm going to turn this around. There's been some thunder, so I'm sure there's going to be some lightning as well. We are under a tornado watch here in East Tennessee right now. But I don't feel any wind at all. Like, look at how still the trees are across the road. There's really nothing going on there. The rain just started a few minutes ago. The thunder started, I think I heard the first roll of thunder about 5 minutes ago. So I expect that there will be more lightning. When I was a little girl, we were at school and we watched our friend's house get struck by lightning. That was pretty awful. As little kids, you know. The house was quite a ways away, but it was kind of up on a hill and we could see it from the school. And the lightning struck her baby sister's bedroom, but her baby sister wasn't in her bedroom when it happened. So that was good. That was really weird as a little kid. I was probably in 4th grade, I guess, when it happened. Hello. Abdulela. What does your name mean if you could describe it in English? Visit Saudi. You're in Saudi. Are you really in Saudi Arabia? Ooh. What's the weather over there? Is it hot? You guys would be pretty warm right now, huh? I want to see more lightning. Too hot. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's pretty warm here today, but it cooled off when the rain came. So that's good. It didn't get warmer. Hi, Nick Knack. No, I'm actually in East Tennessee. Hey, Ethan. I've never been to the Middle East or any Asian country. I've never been to Australia or South America. Actually, I've never been to anything in the Southern Hemisphere. I've been close to the equator, but I've never been to the equator either. I mowed the lawn today. I want you guys to be proud of me, okay? Check it out. I went and got the new gas-powered. It really is. Yeah, it's super green. I went and got our refurbished but new to us gas-powered mower. It's a John Deere. And I could actually start it. Look at the neighbor's lawn. And the other neighbor mowed last night, so his is nice and short. I didn't have the grass catcher on the back because the last time we had a mower like that, it mulched it. This one doesn't mulch. So I had to rake everything up when I was done. I was so hot. You know, Ethan, the way they treat their migrant workers. Oh, well, I'm not familiar with much in that culture at all. The neighbor's lawn is full of dog poop. So I don't mow their lawn for them. I don't even walk across it. I mean, like, it's really got a lot of poop on it. I don't know how they clean it before they mow it. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did that. Thank you, Nick Knack. I used to be a radio host, so maybe that's where I got my voice from. I co-hosted, but mostly I just did the news, the Gold News on the Gold Radio Show. It was an internet radio show, and I think we went about a year, maybe a little longer than a year, but things in the economy weren't real great. People weren't spending money on gold mining equipment and gold prospecting equipment and things like that. So the show kind of petered out. Hello, Hikam. Nice to see you again. How's the weather in Morocco? We're talking about the fact that it's really hot in Saudi Arabia right now, too hot. It's pretty muggy here, but it's not real warm right now. I'd say it's in the low to mid 70s, but it's probably 80% humidity. And we're under a tornado watch. And there goes an ambulance. Yes, Trump was in Saudi Arabia. I think as an American tourist, I would probably be fine in Saudi Arabia. I've had friends and acquaintances over the decades who did spend some time in Saudi Arabia and they were fine. Oh, wow, that breeze feels good. It's windy right now. I'm thinking there might be lightning over in that direction there because the clouds are super dark compared to the, oh my goodness, there's even more to the south. Wow, that's crazy. So if it becomes a tornado warning, I'll go down in the basement. The wind is picking up a little bit. I don't think I'll be recording in the basement because quite honestly, the basement is a mess. Yes, Knick Knack, I will stay safe, the safest I can. I think Saudi Arabia will always do well with all the oil money. What other natural resources do you guys have there? Do you have gold, silver, platinum, uranium, anything like that? Hi, Ree. I'm in East Tennessee and we have a tornado watch going on right now until 8 p.m. So about another 2 hours. Ooh, I hear thunder. No, that's just somebody's bass. Haha, that's funny when the music sounds like thunder. Turn it down. Yeah, that's some dark clouds up there. The breeze just picked up a little bit. You can see my flag needs to be unwrapped from the flagpole. You do have gold. Wow. See, I'm a gold prospector. When I was out in California, I was very in with the gold prospecting community. That's why I was asked to be on the radio show. And I used to go prospecting on some claims. It was a lot of fun. And we had gold in the river on our ranch out in California too. Always fun to find gold, I'll tell you what. Doesn't matter how much, it's always fun to find. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that, you guys. Giga projects. Is that like computer stuff? Giga? Lots of sand. No kidding, lots of sand. Giga projects. I'm thinking it's Giga, but it could be pronounced a different way. Boy, that cloud up there is ominous. But right up here we have almost no clouds. You can almost see the sky. The Red Sea Project. Wait a minute, what did I miss? Victoria. What made you cry? The Red Sea Project. I haven't been to the Red Sea either. Well, the neighbors just came home. I will actually Google that in a little while. Isn't this a cool neighborhood? I love those houses. We're in a house that's about 102 years old now. Built in 1923. Oh, that, you saw that, Knick Knack? Yes, right? Oh my gosh, she's such a drama queen. Hi, Frank. That's your house. You're in a tornado warning? See, I'm only in a tornado watch, Isaiah. Where are you that you're in a tornado warning? So Frank, which one is your house? Why don't you wave from the window? Jackson, Mississippi? I heard there were some tornado issues in Mississippi today. Dang. That's your house over there? It's a really cute house. So you must be about 83 years old, because that's how old they are. The people that live there are like in their 80s. Oh, really? Jackson, Tennessee, huh? I'm over in Bristol-ish. Tri-Cities. You too, enjoy your day in Saudi Arabia. Bye-bye. I missed you waving. Oh gosh. Jackson, Tennessee. I am not familiar with Jackson, but I don't know a lot of the cities around here, like seriously. Bye-bye, Abdullah. I did miss it because I was focusing on my screen. I wasn't focusing on the house. I'll have to go back and watch it in slow motion later. I'll see you. Are you in the upstairs attic? Are they keeping you prisoner? Hello, British Sigh. How are you? How's the weather? There's a couple of us here thinking tornadoes might be in our future, but I think Isaiah's in a little more danger than I am. He's under a tornado warning. I'm only under a tornado watch. It's funny, not funny. The weather place sent me an alert that we were under a tornado warning. And so I thought, uh-oh, I better call my husband. And then within about 2 minutes, they changed it to tornado watch. So they accidentally told us it was a tornado warning. So what's the weather like in England? Is it raining? When I was in England, I've been there 3 times. The first time I was there for a few weeks, a couple of weeks. And it rained about every other day. I'm in East Tennessee. And we've got some weather blowing through. We're just kind of the tail of it is blowing over us right now. But I guess there's more going on in different parts of Tennessee. It sounds like there's a tornado warning in Jackson, Tennessee right now. Kind of scary. I've never been through a tornado. Let me think. No, never been through a tornado. I have a daughter who's been through a tornado in California. So British Side, do you actually have a garden plot? I see those people that have them. I forget what they're called. But they're like a community garden, and they garden year after year after year. How do you grow things when it rains so much? I mean, maybe you don't have one. Maybe you just have a garden at your house, or you don't garden at all. That's where my brain is, though, with the gardening. Oh, that bush out there by the street. I need to trim that so badly. I had it all trimmed up nicely last year, and then I just let it go this year. Because I've got a friend down in Georgia, and she said they've gotten so much rain this year, her garden is just swamped, and it's not going to be able to grow. Everything's rotting in the ground. Oh, I just saw a flash. Could be my imagination. Huh. I don't hear it. Pink Duck Plumbing. That's hilarious. Did you guys see that van that just went by? Okay, there's the thunder. That was pretty far away, but it's a big one. We had lightning just up the street, not even a quarter of a mile away from us last week, I think it was. It hit almost immediately. I mean, the thunder hit almost immediately. Well, if the dogs are in there hearing this thunder, they're going to be little puddles of jello. Okay, guys, 17 minutes into this, I think. Thank you for the thumbs up, you guys, for the 4 of you who gave me a thumbs up. I sure do appreciate that. Hey, Frank, yeah, you know what? I had 2 nanas. I'm a lot older than you, probably. But one of them taught me things like cooking and gardening and what else? She taught me how to braid. When she was knitting, she gave me 3 pieces of yarn and taught me how to braid. She didn't like me very much, but she did a lot of things with me. I don't know, she was different that way. My other grandma, she didn't really teach me anything till I was quite a bit older. Then she tried to teach me how to knit. She was a bookkeeper, so she probably could have taught me numbers, but I was not interested. See, I had a Nana who who didn't like boys, and so she didn't like the children of her 2 sons very much. But she loved the children of her daughters. She was kind of a strange one. And the weird thing is, my brother and I were the ones who visited her the most out of all the grandkids when she was in the convalescent home. Like, I visited her twice a day and helped her eat lunch and helped her eat dinner twice a day. So we had a better relationship when I was older. And my brother visited her once a week, like clockwork. If I was a dog, I'd be barking at that car. That's what my dogs always do. Somebody nearby is smoking a cigarette. Oh, there's more thunder. It's just kind of rolling in the distance. And the wind is definitely picking up. But that ominous cloud is gone. I was going to go over to the ranch and hang out with the goats, but I don't think they're going to want to come out. They don't like rain. Oh, the other neighbors have their dogs out. Yeah, I'd definitely be barking right now if I was my dog. Oh, thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. A lot. Most of my videos are plant and animal related. And foraging, I do some foraging we've got 65 acres of forested property. So I do a little bit of foraging here and there. And then on the weekends, a couple times a month, I cover drag races, motorcycle drag races. And actually tomorrow I'm going to be at an event where there are a bunch of veteran motorcycle riders. Not sure if they're Legion riders, but for sure they're veterans. And it's going to be at a local Harley dealership. So I'll be going there. I don't know if I'll be live, but I for sure will take some videos and post them. So if you're subscribed, then you'll probably see some of them. I try to do shorts because my videos don't get a lot of views. YouTube doesn't tend to send people to my videos. So I try to do the shorts. So I'll do 1 or 2 minute shorts generally. We'll see how it is. I don't know. With this weather, I wonder if they're still coming. Riding in a thunderstorm is no fun. I've done it in some pretty wicked weather. We were on our motorcycles out in the middle of, I think we were in Wyoming, and there was lightning all over the place. And we could see this wall of water coming toward us. It was gnarly. We finally got to an old abandoned gas station and got under the cover just as the sky opened up, and it poured for probably about an hour. And we made our way across the parking lot to a little kind of cafe, kind of convenience store out in the middle of nowhere. And there were about, I don't know, 10 other people there just kind of hiding from the storm, because you couldn't really even see to drive a car, and we were on motorcycles. So there were other bikes that came in as well and parked where we were. So we sat there and had something to eat in the little, well, my husband, oh, there, did you guys see that lightning flash to the right? Goodness. My husband can eat in restaurants. I can't. But he definitely got something to eat. And I don't know what I had, but maybe I had some cheese or something. Okay, the thunder just got to me, so that's pretty far away. That guy who said he lives in the red house, that's hilarious. The red roofed house, no doubt, is what he meant. It is really cool right now. Feels good. It's in the 60s, I can tell. I'll go in and check to see what our temperature thing says it is. We've got one of those weather stations that tells you what the humidity is and the pressure and all those things. Obviously temperature. Ooh, there was another flash of lightning. Maybe my allergies won't be so bad tomorrow with all this rain today. I wanted to get the lawn mowed before the rain came. I'm so glad I did it. I actually did this side here way too low. So low, it was on the lowest setting, and the grass was a little too high, so it kept bogging down, and I didn't have the grass catcher on it. So it was a mess. I had to rake the whole lawn. So when I did the other side, I raised it up a click. So the other side is a little bit taller, but we need to put some sand on the grass and level it out. Hey, whoever just came in, say hi, tell us where you are. We're talking about winter storms. There was some lightning. I'm in East Tennessee, and we've got a tornado watch going on till 8 p.m. So a little less than 2 hours away. They might end it sooner, I don't know. But the wind has recently picked up. We've got lightning in the sky, thunder, pretty far off, and none of it's real close. I don't know what the story is over at the ranch. Did you guys see that? That flashed right over that red roofed house. Give a thumbs up if you like your weather report from East Tennessee. I normally do gardening stuff and duck stuff and goat stuff and forest things and drag racing motorcycle things. But here I am doing a weather thing. I would love to do gold prospecting stuff on here because gold is one of my favorite things to find. Okay, I lied. It's my favorite thing to find. Hi, Kate. Nice to see you. But we got a John Deere gas-powered mower because my Ryobi decided to take a dirt nap. I was so upset. But it's at the doctor right now getting checked out. So hopefully he'll figure out what's wrong with it and be able to fix it, because the Ryobi's battery powered and it's really easy. So my husband bought a refurbished John Deere gas-powered mower, and I said, well, I can't start because I've got shoulder issues. I can't start things very well. I'm kind of weak now. I used to be a bodybuilder, but I'm super weak now. And hello, Nexus. And I was able to start it with just one weak grandma pull and mow the lawn. But this one took a long time. It was definitely too low. And then this one went really quickly. Raking it up wasn't fun because it was probably in the high 70s. It was super humid. There was no wind. I was dripping with sweat by the time I finished. In fact, let me show you. This is all of the grass that I got in there and right here. So I got quite a bit of grass. And then I went in and I got the blower and I blew off all the grass from the walkway and the sidewalk and the neighbor's driveway, or the driveway we share with the neighbors. But I'm glad I got to it, because I probably wouldn't have done it tomorrow. I'm going to that event with the veterans tomorrow, so I'll probably be reserving my energy for that. Hey Nexus, I'm in East Tennessee under a tornado watch right now. The sky is ominous. East Tennessee in the Tri-Cities area, so I'm in the northeast corner. There's some thunder. I didn't see that lightning strike. We live in the city, but we have 65 acres. Oh, you're in South Louisiana. Hey, I was there. Is Silver Dollar Raceway in South Louisiana? Because we were at Silver Dollar Raceway. I can't remember the name of the town it's near or in. But we were in South Louisiana, I think it was last month. We go to drag races all over the eastern United States. My husband volunteers as a chaplain for a few motorcycle racing series. So he goes to as many races as he can. And we were down at Silver Dollar, very close to New Orleans. Yeah, Belle Rose, that's where I was. I was in Belle Rose. Oh, it's no problem. Okay, yes, no problem. Yeah, okay, so Silver Dollar must have been when we were in Georgia just a little bit ago. We go to a lot. No. Silver Dollar is in Georgia. We were there a couple of weeks ago, but we were at Belle Rose, absolutely. No Problem Raceway, yes. And a nitro bike engine blew up when we were there. And I don't know if it actually blew to pieces, because honestly, there was no shrapnel. I was just a few yards away from it when it happened. It was in the pit. They were working on it. And there was just an explosion like a bomb, because that's what those motorcycles are. They're just nitro. They're just bombs on wheels. Something happened. There was a little bit of nitro. And when they turned it, it made this huge sound. The guy next to me ducked. I think he's a veteran, so he's used to ducking when you hear a bomb go off. No shrapnel, no one injured. Couple of eardrums kind of blown out. Thank you, Nexus. Are you really? You're a drag racing fan? So cool. Are you following the AMRA series? I'll show you what I'm wearing right now. I don't want to flip my screen because I don't want it to be backwards. Ta-da! Can you see that? I'm wearing my AMRA t-shirt. Julia gave that to me a couple of races ago because I tend to be the person at the scales that weighs the pro fuel bikes after they run their passes. So she wanted me to look official, so she gave me a t-shirt. I'm going to bling this out. I've got some really cool black and silver trim I'm going to put on this shirt and make it look really foo-foo. You were at the bike. Wait a minute. Let me see all your stuff. You were at the bike race. I have a t-shirt from it. I must have left earlier than that happened. Oh, you were there? Oh, dang. Yeah, there was a lot of downtime. Was that a weather related thing? I go to tracks all over the place, so I forget why there's a lot of downtime. And I don't know if that bike continued to run. You may not have heard it. I was in the pits way up by where you drive in, by the guard shack there, where they give you a wristband and take your money, and they were right next to that. So if you were out on the track, you may not have heard it, especially if they were running. If they were running bikes, you wouldn't have heard it. But it made quite a noise. In fact, when I got done, I had gone to the store to get, I think I had to go get some aspirin for my husband. Dang, there's nothing around that racetrack. There's like, it's so in the middle of nowhere, right? I think that was at Belrose. I had to go up. Yeah, I had to go up and get some Tylenol for my husband. I think I hit a Family Dollar or a Dollar General, something like that. Okay. We don't do Texas. I think the farthest west my husband is going this year, and I won't be going with him, is South Dakota. It's in near the Black Hills. There's a raceway there. So he'll be on the west part of South Dakota. That's as far west as he goes. Other than that, Louisiana, Mississippi. Do we have any races in Mississippi? I don't remember. Georgia, I don't remember if he goes to Oklahoma. We just came home from Ohio yesterday. Obviously the Carolinas, Florida, Tennessee, of course, Virginia. He'll be up in Maryland. I don't know if the race is in Maryland or if he's going to be up a little bit further. I think it's in northern Maryland. He'll be up there. Yeah, he's going to be all over. It was a pretty wicked boom. I didn't for sure know what it was. I suspected it was a nitro bike, and I don't know if it was Top Fuel. I think it was Top Fuel. I don't think it was Top Funny. But, oh man, if you can, go onto the AMRA Facebook group page and take a look at what happened to Samu yesterday. No, Sunday. Samu got to the end of the track. We were at National Trail Raceway in Ohio. I can't think of the town name. Anyway, we were up there. I didn't have to drive. I passenger, so I don't have to know where I'm going, right? And it was the final Top Fuel race, and it was Samu ended up coming in second. But at the end of the track, there's just a little bit of like kitty litter, and then it's a street, like a public street. Well, Samu, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he lost his brake or what, but he went into the kitty litter. Ooh, there was a big flash of lightning. And all we saw was a big puff of sand and dust. And my husband's a chaplain, so we were with the motorcycle. We have a Road King with a sidecar on it. And I was sitting on it. He was standing next to it talking to some racers that were packing up and ready to go. And we went down to make sure he was okay. He was okay, but he was real shook up. I imagine it wasn't comfortable. They just sit on that hard fiberglass or metal. I don't know, whatever they're sitting on. There's no seat padding. And he hit pretty hard. He didn't look comfortable. I took some video afterward at Winner's Circle because he was first runner-up, so he was at the Winner's Circle. But he looked very uncomfortable, and he may have just still been shook up. It was just a few minutes after this happened. Another guy flipped his Top Fuel bike. Oh man, you're going to want to see that one too. I don't remember his name. I want to say Curtis, but I'm not positive. Don't hold me to that. But it was Top Fuel. He had put his, if I'm remembering right, to get his bike into the trailer, they have to undo the bolts on the wheelie bar to fold it up. Well, when they dropped it down to take it out of the trailer, and this is second-hand or third-hand information, so it might be wrong, but he definitely forgot to put the bolts in the wheelie bar. So when he took off from the starting line, his bike went up, went over backwards, and barrel rolled a couple of times. I'm trying to remember. Maybe it was spinning in the air. I try not to look at it because it hurts me to look at it. And he rolled off the bike. Thankfully, the bike didn't smash him. He rolled off the bike, And he was just lying there between the two lanes for enough time that one of either his crew or a track person was able to run down to him, and he was down a little ways because, they go pretty fast, and he was going pretty fast before he went in the wheelie and flipped it. But oh man, that's a hard one to watch. Just know he's fine. He's shook up. I'll guarantee you he's bruised, and he's probably got some muscles that are sore today. And his doctor's looking at him for sure, right? But he got up and walked it off. And so did Samu. Samu got off his bike. He didn't drop the bike. The bike didn't flip or anything. When Samu had hit the end of the track, he just, recovered, probably clenched his teeth a little bit. He walked off too. And then they don't have to weigh their bikes. I weigh the Pro Fuel bikes. I don't weigh the Top Fuel. But Mary from Bad Apple Racing had just won Pro Fuel. She was so happy, but she had to go get weighed. And so I was with my husband. So he came back and gave me a ride up to the scale so we could weigh Mary so she could go get her prize and stand in the winner's circle with her crew. It was such an awesome race. It really was. I know. Thank God for sure, because those were two issues that could have been really bad. And then a gal on, I think, Saturday, she's not in one of the fuel bikes. She's on a street bike. But she hit the end of the track, went through the kitty litter, and ended up on the road. But they do have a deal at that raceway where when the green light comes on, the red light comes on at the road in both directions, and there's a police officer right there with his lights on. So everybody stops. So she wasn't in traffic. She was just on the road. She was on a new bike, and she didn't know where the brake was. And she tried to find the brake where it always was on her bike, and it wasn't there. It was in a different location. So she just said, that was my mistake. She was fine. Her bike was fine. But holy cow, 3 incidents, right? It is pretty scary. I guess my husband has a drag bike that he just bought. He's 65 years old. What's he doing? Anyway, he's 14. And he got it out there. I was at the scale, so I wasn't able to see what was going on with him. He just did a pass during test and tune. No, I wasn't at the scale because it was test and tune. I don't know where I was. Maybe I was in the motorhome. Anyway, maybe I was at the house. I think it was in town here. Yeah, I was in town. He was at Thunder Valley. They had some bracket racing going on, I think, local. It wasn't AMRA. Maybe it was ADRA. AHDRA. Maybe it was them. Anyway, he did a wheelie and then dropped the front wheel down and kept going. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I know he's got all the gear on, but dang it, he's 65 years old. Yes, I saw that. In fact, I saw all the people because I was there. I saw them coming back because they go down to the end of the track and then they go up where all the bikes go up. Kind of what would be a frontage road for us here on the street. And so I saw every time they went by, and I'll tell you what, you can see the people grinning and they were so happy. You should do it. Is that the only race track? I wonder if that's the only racetrack that does that, because you're right. I've never seen it at any of the other ones. Huh. I would go in that one for sure. I don't want to pay the money though. We don't need to see my neighbor right now. He probably doesn't want to be seen. Doesn't it sound like fun though? Like the G-force must be so amazing. That guy just does that. Actually, that's a really smart thing to do when they're having issues like yesterday, or I'm sorry, I keep saying yesterday, Sunday at National Trail. They had a problem with the left lane timing, whatever you call it, sign or whatever that is. They weren't getting any times, and so they were down for quite a while. I don't really know usually what's going on because I'm either in the motorhome or I'm at the scale. Sometimes I walk around, but I'm still recovering from some medical stuff, so I don't have the energy I used to have. Um, during that downtime, they could have been running, I suppose. I mean, there was just like, it was electronic stuff. They were dealing with computers and things. But I suppose they could have had a car like that taking people for rides. That would have made people really happy. Hey, Logan. We're just talking drag racing. Nexus and I are talking drag racing. We were at the same race in Louisiana this year. That's what's nuts. Yes, I would say this is middle class. I'm thinking probably the house straight across from me here is a rental. The house over here, I'm not sure. The house down here with the red roof has a very elderly couple, which is funny because people probably call me and my husband an elderly couple. This house over here is owned by a woman in her 80s, and her daughter and granddaughter live with her. But this house seems to have several different people that come and go from it. So I don't know. And then over here is a house that some people recently bought, some ladies, and they've done just an amazing job with the landscaping. They've put thousands of dollars into the front of that house. It's looking really nice. And that place was a pretty run-down place when they bought it about a year ago, I guess, maybe a little more. They've been spending a lot of time and money on it. The house I'm in right now is about 102, 103 years old almost. It's on the historic registries list or whatever. Don't know why, but it's a fun house. It's small, 1,600 square feet. I mean, small when the grandkids are with us. It's more than big enough when they aren't here, but they spend a lot of their summer with us because their mom works full time. Okay, Nexus, hey, thank you for subscribing. I will see you again. We'll definitely talk races, okay? I don't know where I'm going to be next, but hopefully I'll see you at the races. Yes, that would be awesome. You too, be blessed. And then Logan, our ranch property is in an industrial area. It's one of our the two properties are together. They share a common property line. One of them is low, what is it when you don't have very many people on a property? And low density residential. And the other one is industrial light manufacturing. But we bought the industrial light manufacturing property because we didn't want something really loud to go in next to us. Right? Oh, I do not race. I do go fast on a motorcycle, but I try to stay in the speed limit. But I don't race. My husband has a drag bike. He's been trying to talk me into racing, and I'm just not interested. I'm 62. I'm too old for that. I say that, but I don't know. No, I'm not good. Like I would mess up on the lights. It's called the tree. I would mess up. I would go too fast or too slow. I'd probably kill it. Like, you know how it is. I'd probably kill it right there, which I wouldn't be the first person. I saw someone at the starting line in neutral the other day at a race. I mean, he was on a street bike, but still, he was in neutral. So when the light turned green, he just sat there and revved his engine for a second. My favorite motorcycle is my husband's 98 Dyna Wide Glide, for sure. Very comfortable. It's a beautiful bike. Not only is it a showstopper, got a lot of chrome on it, which I don't like because when I ride it, I have to polish it. But it has a lot of chrome. It's a teal and off-white color scheme that they just did, I think that one year, and it's just beautiful. And it's got, the mini apes make it comfortable on my back. He's got a good seat on it. I've ridden it on a 3,500 mile trip, and it was very, very comfortable. And then I had a Super Glide that I didn't like at all, and I rode that one on a 7,500 mile trip? I don't remember. Either 65 or 7,500 miles. I forget. Over time, I've forgotten. That was 15 years ago. I rode all around the country and up into Canada. And that one was very uncomfortable. I hated it, and I sold it when I got home because I never wanted to be tempted to ride it again, especially on a long trip. We have a Road King Police Edition with a sidecar that's pretty. It's not a Harley sidecar. I forget what the name of the sidecar is. It's for sale. You can actually see that in some of my videos. In fact, I was on a live on Sunday, one of my last lives I did, and I hopped on the bike and we went for a ride. I was still on live when I got on the back of it. I ride my own, but on that one, I ride as a passenger. Not in the sidecar. The dog rides in the sidecar and I ride on the back. You think you saw something about a car. We also have some really fun little Trail 90 motorcycles that are fun, but none of them are running right now. They're from the 1960s and early 70s. So they probably feel the same way I do some days. It's like, oh, I'm too old for this. Skies are looking dark. I haven't heard any thunder in a while, and there's no rain. You know what? I think I'm going to cut this one off because I've got to go to the ranch, take care of my duck chores. And yeah, take a look at some of my lives. I'm 62, sweetie. Some days I feel a lot older, or I feel every year of it. And I'm leaning into that. It's okay. There's days I'm tired. I took 2 naps today. I'm on a lot of medication though, so that makes me really tired. I figured it out. I take 7 times the recommended amount of antihistamines every day just to help this one autoimmune thing I have going on. And so 7 times the antihistamines. So I'm kind of a dummy right now. Like my brain is not connecting on all cylinders. It's just firing from like 1 or 2 instead of all 8. Oh gosh. Yeah, I do have a young voice. So does my mom. She's 82. She has a very young voice. When she talks on the phone, people assume she's in her 50s. And she smoked her whole life. I don't know what's going on there. All right, Logan and whoever else is in here, I am going to take off because I do have my ducks to take care of before the next band of the storm blows through, because this is a tornado warning for another hour and a half. So I'm assuming we're going to have more weather blowing this way. So I've got to go take care of them before things get gnarly. But I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? I'll be posting more videos, but I'm not going to be going live again unless something wacko happens. Then I will definitely go live, okay? You take care. What antihistamines? I take a some kind of an inhibitor. I can't think of what it's called, but it's considered an antacid, but it's an antihistamine. And then I take that 3 times a day. It's only recommended you take 1 a day, up to 2, but 1 is preferable. And then I take 2 24-hour ones, and I take 3 12-hour ones instead of 1. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but you know, it helps a little bit with my issue. There's some kind of an environmental trigger that just makes me break out in hives, and I have had hives for since February, trying to figure out what's going on, and this seems to be the best way to treat it, just taking the over-the-counter medications. So that's where we go. My diagnosis is chronic idiopathic urticaria, which just means chronic hives that we don't know what's causing them. And we know it's environmental based on the fact that it happens every spring, late winter to early spring, but we don't know why. We don't know what the trigger is. It's just me overreacting. It's what I tend to do. I have 3 autoimmune issues besides all my allergies. So yay for my team. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Logan, thank you so much for coming in. We will see you soon, okay? Take care. God bless.